ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you how to hack your Wii and install the Homebrew channel. You'll need a couple of things, including a Wii copy of Zelda Twilight Princess, not the GameCube copy, and you'll need an SD card and an SD card reader, and of course you'll need a Nintendo Wii and a computer of some kind. Now you're going to follow the link in my description section of this video and pick the appropriate version of the Twilight hack. You'll want to pick the version that corresponds with which version of the Wii menu you have. You can find that in your system information. Now you simply go to your data management section and your SD card, pick the appropriate version you have, whether it's USA, Europe, or Japan, and click yes there for copying it to your Wii. Before you do this, actually, you'll want to delete any save data you have on your Wii console for the Zelda Twilight Princess game. And there it is, it shows up right there. Now you just back out to your main menu and start up the game. You're going to also want to check which version of the game you have. If you're in the US, there is actually two different versions, and you can tell which version you have by actually looking physically at the disc on the underside of it, and you'll see a serial number. And if it ends in a 0, then you have the 0 version. If it ends in a 2, you have the 2 version. And that's going to determine which save file you pick. You'll see in a second. There we go. We have Hack 0 and Hack 2. I have the 2 version, so that's the version I'm going to use. Now in the USA version of this game, you actually have to walk backwards as soon as the game starts up. And that'll launch the hack. At least the Hack Installer, which is the menu we're in now. And this installer program is extremely easy to navigate, and you can also uninstall everything through the same menu. So if you ever want to uninstall it for whatever reason, simply go through the same process and then follow the commands for uninstalling. So I'm going to go ahead and install the Homebrew channel and DVD-X. I'm not quite sure what DVD-X does, but I'm sure I'll find out after I tinker with it for a bit. And the Homebrew channel is a way to easily load Homebrew applications. You can do it without this whole installer program, just through the Zelda Twilight hack, but it's you have to go through this whole process every time you want to use it. Every time you reset your system, it deletes the file. So this is a much easier way to go about it. And here we have the Homebrew channel successfully installed. Now I had to go and take the SD card out and load it up with a few applications. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Now there's a ton of applications out there, but I just picked 2 to try real quick, and I didn't have a whole lot of success with the one. I picked a ColecoVision emulator and an Atari 2600 emulator. I had some issues getting the ColecoVision emulator running though. But the Atari 26 emulator worked no problem. Oh, and when you actually go to load up your SD card with applications, you have to make a folder to put in it called apps, APPS. Once you create that folder and just stick it in the main root of your SD card, all your application folders from that point will go in that apps folder. It was a little confusing to figure out, but I had to do a little digging to actually figure out what to do to get it running right. And here we have Chopper Command for a quick little test. Everything appears to be in order here. Works very smoothly. Graphics look crisp and clear. No complaints. I guess it's on to the next couple of games to test out. Ah, Berserk, one of my all-time Atari favorites. This thing played excellent. It wasn't too hard to control with the Wii remote. Incidentally, you hold the Wii remote sideways and use the game pads and whatnot as you would playing a an old school NES game on the Wii. And I believe you can use the tilting functions of the Wii remote, like a steering wheel almost, to control any paddle games, but I haven't tested that out yet. And here's a little Dragonfire, one of my favorite Atari games. It runs smoothly, very little flicker if any, and that's about all I have to say. So it's a wonderful novelty to be able to sit back and play games like your Atari 2600 games or ColecoVision games or whatever from the old school generations on your Nintendo Wii. It's just, I find it incredibly fascinating. And I can't wait to try out all kinds of homebrew applications. And there you have it. So by all means, if you have a Wii and a copy of Zelda Twilight Princess and an SD card and reader, by all means, hack your Wii up. I'm Dommy from Classic Games Revisited. Until next time.